I'm Cape Joel, and this is Comic Smack, the weekly comic book show where we take closer, more in-depth looks at the coolest and most happening events going on in the world of superheroes. And on today's show, we're going to be taking a closer look at the all-new X-Men issue number 5. Paris will shake from the collision of the new young time-traveling X-Men and the Blob. Let's hop on in and see what happens next, shall we?
So, as the comic opens, the young X-Men are still duking out with the Blob in the heart of France. The fight is not going their way, and to make matters worse, Scott, their leader, ends up getting snatched up by a very drunk Toad. And when I say Toad, I of course mean the mutant Toad. I'm not being derogatory to the French, even if it might sound like it for a second. In an interesting twist, after being angry at God last issue and yelling in the church, Oya uses her powers to save the church from the Blob. Also, another thing about Idea that I wasn't aware of is that she can control fire and ice. She can create it, but she can only do one at one time depending on her mood. The rest of the comic really breaks down to each individual member of the all-new X-Men team having a crack at Blob and not doing very good. What's interesting, though, is that they all get their own internal monologues where they kind of get to sound off about their current issues. Beast talks about how he feels like a relic because despite being smart where he came from in this new day and age filled with tablets, laptops, high-speed internet, and everything else, everything he knows is horribly out of date. He also seemingly lacks the, well, bestial strength of his older counterpart, which is certainly getting him down in this fight setting. X-23 talks about how royally pissed she is that Warren chose now to break up with her of all time. She says that even though she is the new Wolverine, even though she has an amazing healing factor, a broken heart and relationship problems, well, those don't heal easily at all. And what about Warren for that matter? You know what, he was making pretty good points, I felt, at the beginning of this arc, but as time went on, he grew a little bit more annoying. He does get a chance to take center stage and soapbox this issue, and he says that his main problem is that he understands what Laura is going for, her berserk rage, the darkness that she feels inside him. He has it too. He feels it pull at him all the time, but he always overcomes it. And in an attempt to show his ex-girlfriend what he's talking about, how scary it is to see someone you love tap into a dark side of themselves, he pretty much rushes Blob entirely on his own and wins the fight by stabbing him in the eye with a piece of rebar. Ow! You know, couples counseling might have been a little bit more expensive, but no one would have gotten stabbed in the eye, I don't think. And thus the day is saved. The X-Men celebrate, only that's cut short by the fact that, hey, Scott is gone, isn't he? He's been taken deep into the catacombs by a very vengeful Toad, and that's where the comic ends. All New X-Men number 6 was an interesting issue, even if I do find it kind of strange that they stretched a fight with the Blob into an entire arc. I do feel I walked away from this issue with a better understanding of the team members' individual issues and kind of what makes them tick, but I also kind of can't help but feel that I'm going to forget this issue as soon as I'm done reviewing it. Overall, I would give this one a 7 out of 10. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching my newest video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll feel like checking out some more videos I have on offer here at Cape Joel.